2 Corinthians 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. First and foremost, let me give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of great millstone who rule well and teach well. Shalom to those who like men that scattered abroad, pushing the truth without sincerity. And also shalom to very few sincere sisters. Right, my brother Amawan coming to the video load when it's edifying. And I had just came across this article on Newsbreak this morning, and it says protesters speak out against government camp President Trump's use of National Guard. Right, because if you have been, recently watching, starting off with DC, right, that was going to pretty much more states to pretty much put more troops on the ground. Now, honestly, just to get you comfortable with troops on the ground, get you used to seeing them on the ground, right, in your cities, right, and that's what's going to cause an uproar, right? But that's scriptures, because at the end of the day, whether the people like it or not, right? This is a prophecy that has to come fulfilled. It has to be fulfilled. Meaning speaking on the martial law, right? And I was watching the video I'm gonna play, and the man said one key thing, right? Which how we know it's true, right? So I'm gonna play it, and then I'm gonna speak on it.
There is live from the state capitol where the protest happened today. Bridget.
Carly, that protest wrapped up here at the state capitol, at the steps of the state capitol, just a few hours ago. And protesters say they are concerned with how the National Guard is being used in D.C. and how they're being called to help ICE right here in Georgia.
No justice, no peace! No justice, no peace!
Demonstrators took to the Capitol Thursday demanding answers from Governor Brian Kemp.
We're protesting what Donald Trump has been doing in D.C., which is the illegal takeover of the D.C. police.
Protesters expressed concern that what's happening in D.C. could, in some fashion, happen in Georgia.
Brian Kemp has issued a statement saying that he will allow the National Guard to do much of the same.
Earlier this week, Governor Brian Kemp said Georgia will mobilize 75 troops to help with admin and logistical duties for immigration and customs enforcement.
I just think what this administration is trying to do is set up for martial law. They're trying to get citizens accustomed to seeing military men and women in their communities.
Representative Derek Jackson showed up to the protest admonishing.
So that's the main thing, right? Even he said it because he knows it, right? These niggas not dumb. They just can't speak on too much, But he said they're trying to get people accustomed to what? Martial law, seeing these troops throughout the cities, because ultimately, right, they got an agenda to push, right? And this is known as the 2030 agenda, right? Which will be with this MOTB, so like, right? It's mainly about this MOTB, man, right? And honestly, he's just showing you through gradualism on what he's trying to do, instead of the concentration camps. Matter of fact, let's just go ahead and just grab those scriptures. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 15. And I'm gonna hit that 2 Corinthians chapter 9, and Lord willing, I'll be able to close out after that. Because that's what it's coming down to. Like in the beginning of the video, he said, they're getting people, the people in the uproar spirit, right? And that's prophecy as well. But it says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power, right? Which we already knowing that soon, the people are not going to care what the governor says, what the president says, right? They're going to take action to their own hands, man. Especially when it start affecting the food, But in all honesty, I really believe that they're going to have they got these troops out here furthermore. So for when shit hit the fan, right? When it collapses, dollar, right? They will already have troops on the ground to keep some type of regulation, you know. But hey, we shall see. Verse 17, right? A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. See? So that's what they got going on, because ultimately, right, we will know what's past this ice situation, right? It's about trying to find the elect, right, and also set up for this MOTB system, right? So when they crash it, hey, they got troops on the ground, man. Right, here's the book, 2 Edges 9. Just scrolling. And Lord willing, this is making sense and it is edifying. 2 Edges chapter 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things which were slacking. Let me part this card. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. See, so this is all prophecy that we're going into. Right, this is how it's supposed to happen. You know, the uproars of the people. Right, this was going to help martial law pop off, because people are going to go against the system, and that's what's going to further give Trump the green light for the people to for the troops to do their job, man. So Lord willing, and I'm rushing myself now because I got to get out the car, go to the plant. But Lord willing, the lesson was edifying. I want to give out on the glory and praises to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Crocodiles. Shalom.